All right, y'all, where in Disney World can you find a private and free fireworks viewing area? And how can you find the most affordable Disney food around the hotels? We've searched high and low for the most secret Disney hotel perks, and I think we finally found the best ones to share with you today on DFB Guide. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. So there's no secrets between friends, right? And since we're all friends here, I think it's time for me to tell you about some really awesome but lesser known Disney hotel perks for when you're staying on Disney property or at a partnering hotel nearby. Let's get to it. First, the underrated place to watch fireworks for free. There are several ways to watch one of Disney's fireworks shows from afar without having to be in the parks themselves. And that's all thanks to the Disney World resorts. You got restaurants with fireworks views, you've got private fireworks cruises, hotel rooms with theme park views, but you don't always have to pay the big bucks for prime nighttime spectacular viewing, y'all. One of the most well-known places to watch Magic Kingdom's Happily Ever After fireworks for free is over at the Polynesian Village's beachside. The hotel pipes in the music for guests and everything. But a much lesser known, yet still free way to watch these fireworks is over at the Contemporary Resort instead. On the 4th floor of the resort, where you're going to find a lot of different stuff like Contempo Cafe, Chef Mickey's, the arcade, etc., just walk past the Bayview gift shop and head outside under the monorail track. Here you're going to find a balcony and a few seats with a direct view of Magic Kingdom, meaning a direct view of the fireworks too. And just like over at the Polynesian beachside, this balcony also pumps in the music for Happily Ever After. Friendly reminder, you will need to take Disney transportation to the resort if you're not staying as a guest at the Contemporary. Security is likely not going to allow you to park here without a dining reservation or a resort hotel reservation. But fortunately, the fix for that is pretty easy. Just take a boat or a monorail from Magic Kingdom or hop on a Disney bus at one of the parks or Disney Springs. By the way, if you're on the hunt for your perfect Disney World hotel match and you want a full typed out guide of pros, cons, and price ranges, the DFB team and I can hook you up and you won't have to worry about paying anything extra on your end. Just scan the QR code you see on the screen now or head to disneyfoodblog.com/hotels and we'll send you our free guide all about every Disney World hotel straight to your email. So it's no secret that Disney rewards their hotel guests with extra park perks when they stay on property, like early theme park entry for all Disney resort guests and extended evening hours for deluxe resort guests. However, those aren't the only hotels that hand out the exact same Disney hotel perks. Here is the updated list of nearby partnering Disney hotels that'll also give you 30 extra minutes in each of the parks every day of your visit. Pause the video if you want to double check and see if the hotel you're thinking about staying in is featured on this list. Pretty long list, right? And the really good news here is that some of these hotels might actually be a cheaper stay for you than what you'll find at even Disney's value resorts. As far as extended evening hours are concerned, which will give you an extra 2 hours in select parks on certain nights after the parks close for everyone else, the only other non-Disney owned hotels that will give you this extra perk are Swan and Dolphin, the Swan Reserve, and Shades of Green. Those extended evening hours can be a great way for another chance at snagging a virtual queue for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind in Epcot if you missed the 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. virtual queue drops. Whenever Epcot has extended evening hours, deluxe resort guests, as well as those select other hotel guests, will be able to join a third virtual queue starting at 6 p.m. via the My Disney Experience app. You do not have to physically be in Epcot to be eligible for that 6 p.m. virtual queue. And speaking of the My Disney Experience app, if you want to use early theme park entry and or extended evening hours along with your non-Disney owned hotel stay, make absolutely sure you link your hotel reservations to your My Disney Experience account beforehand. This is especially important if you're staying at a third-party resort because that might not be automatically included because it won't recognize your reservation unless you add it. In order to link your hotel to your My Disney Experience account, tap on the 3 horizontal lines at the bottom of the MDE app page, select the hotel reservations option, and then finish linking your hotel to your account by typing in your confirmation number and the last name on your reservation. And then you're done. Your hotel will be all linked up alongside your Disney plans, and you'll be able to spend extra time in the parks. Good job. Next up is the split stay hack. So in one of our recent videos, I had a few of you ask if I could go more in depth about what a split stay actually involves at the Disney World hotels. So let's talk about it and talk about how you can use this secret perk to your advantage. A split Disney hotel stay means that you'll spend part of your vacation at one Disney hotel and another part at another Disney hotel, and maybe even another if you want to become a Disney hotel vagabond. This can be a great strategy if, for instance, you wanted to use those deluxe resort extended evening hours for one of your park days, but you don't necessarily want to pay for a deluxe level room for every single night of your vacation. So you'll stay at a deluxe level resort for a night or two, and then switch over to a much more affordable value resort for the rest of your trip. Now, personally, I highly recommend staying at the value resort first and then moving over to the deluxe resort for the last couple of days, because you might be completely exhausted, and the deluxe resorts are great places to just sort of sit by the pool all day. Which leads right into our next point, which is that some people like to use this strategy if they want to wrap up their vacation on a more relaxing and luxurious note. So start off in a value hotel while you're hitting up the parks and just using your hotel to crash every night. But when you're at the tail end of your trip, you can switch over to a deluxe level hotel to really take advantage of all those deluxe resort amenities, and maybe even skip park tickets those days. The great thing about doing a split stay is that it's not quite the moving headache that you might think it would be, because Disney will help you transport your luggage between hotels. You can drop off your luggage at Bell Services in the morning when you check out of your first resort, and then head out for the day without having to worry about needing to transfer your bags to your second hotel. Once it's time to check in for your second resort, which is typically going to be around 3 p.m. each day, or 4 p.m. if you're moving into a DVC villa, then as long as you let your Bell Services cast member know that you're checking into a different Disney hotel, all your stuff should already be there, ready to greet you when your next room welcomes you home. Just call down to Bell Services there and they'll bring it up. Now that 2025 is in full swing too, there's another big reason that folks have been more apt to do split stays, and that's because of the newest Disney Resort free water park perk. Throughout all of 2025, on your day of check-in, you and the rest of your group that's linked to your hotel reservation will each receive free admission to whatever Disney World water park is open at the time. And when I say you get free admission on the day you check in, I mean every time you check in to a Disney hotel. So if you checked into a new hotel every single day, then you would get a water park day every single day. So while most of us aren't going to do that, when you do a split stay, most people just stay in 2 hotels. So you'll get free water park tickets for everyone on your hotel reservation on each check-in day. So if you stay at 2 hotels during your trip, that's a whole other day of free water park tickets for you to use. And that means if you aren't able to use your first round of free tickets, then your second check-in day could help make up for that. Or you can use all of those tickets on both check-in days. I mean, why not? You could just make this next trip a Disney water park extravaganza. Now, how does 2 free meals sound every day? Since we've already been talking about the non-Disney hotels a little bit, let me tell you about another non-Disney hotel that partners with Disney and will feed you twice a day for free. Dury Plaza Lake Buena Vista might not be owned by Disney, but because it's in the Disney Springs area and partners with Disney as a good neighbor hotel, it could be a cheaper option for you. It'll also hook you up with free food to further sweeten the deal. You can take advantage of free continental breakfast each morning during your stay, which includes a station where guests can make their very own Mickey waffles. Then around 5:30 p.m., you'll have another complimentary meal opportunity with Drury's Kickback offering. This meal is completely free and includes a rotating menu of dinner time snacks and cold beverages, beer, wine, mixed drinks, and more every single night. Although the menu rotates every evening, some of the options might include things like salad, soup, chili, pasta, baked potatoes, nachos, and sliders. Honestly, it's enough to be another full meal, which means you could save some serious cash on food just by staying here. Ooh, I love this one. You can use a Disney World shortcut that's been MIA for a while. The DVC Island Tower over at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort is now open. And it's got some really beautiful rooms and spaces to just kick back and relax. The rooms are spacious, they've got gorgeous tropical artwork and little rugs under the bed so my feet don't have to step out and be cold before shoving them into my slippers, which is literally all I was asking for. And now that the Island Tower is open, something else has just reopened that we've been missing out on for a long time. The walking path around the Seven Seas Lagoon is once again open for everyone to use. The path follows kind of a continuous half circle around the body of water. So maybe it's not continuous. This is a half circle. It connects the Transportation and Ticket Center to Polynesian Village Resort, to Grand Floridian Resort, and on over to Magic Kingdom. So if you decide you want to skip out on the monorail and walk this leisurely path over to the park or over to one of the other resorts, you can choose that path and skip the transportation crowds altogether. Now, I can remember a couple of years ago when they were doing this construction for this hotel, and I actually had to go walk along the road. That was kind of where their replacement path or detour it took you was like literally walking on the grass along the road. So I'm very happy to have this little path back because I love when I leave the park, maybe have a reservation over at Polynesian Village Resort for dinner or something like that. I really actually do like to take this little path because after being surrounded by Magic Kingdom crowds all day, it's really nice to just sort of take a breather and spend, 10, 15, 20 minutes just by myself walking along the path, listening to my audiobook. I don't know. I really like it. All right, now I thought that the big blue pool over at Art of Animation was giant, but this non-Disney hotel pool, it could eat the big blue pool for breakfast. Last year, we stayed at the brand new luxury Evermore Resort for the first time. Now, 3 words for you. This is impressive. The place was amazing. You could honestly spend full days at this hotel and still not see everything it has to offer. It's huge. But one of our favorite things about this place was the 20-acre lagoon filled with 17 million gallons of chlorinated water and 2/3 miles of waterfront space. Guests can swim here, unlike at Disney's resorts, where swimming in the bays and lagoons is very off limits. You can also take advantage of Evermore's watercraft rentals and their life vests, beach toys, sports equipment, floats, and lockers. Needless to say, this place is quite a hidden gem. We cannot wait to go back to spirit our inner Moana with some paddleboarding and kayaking adventures. Speaking of which, each room is given a 1-hour kayak and paddleboard rental each day, included in the daily resort fee, so might as well use it if you've got it. All right, this is Disney Food Blog, so we are going to tell you about some really affordable and delicious Disney hotel food. Now, Disney World hotels have their fair share of fancy and extremely pricey dining, like Victoria and Albert's and Grand Floridian, California Grill and the Contemporary, and Topolino's Terrace at Riviera, just to name a few. But there's also some pretty affordable eats hiding out in the hotels as well. And if you know where to look, you can snag some really, really affordable and delicious deals. Delicious deal number 1 is Tonga Toast. While Kona Cafe at Polynesian Village Resort is a nice little sit-down breakfast before your park day, the Tonga Toast they sell here will put you back almost $18 just for that additional strawberry compote drizzled on top. But if you can live without the strawberry and you want to get basically the same Tonga Toast for a whole lot cheaper and faster too, just go downstairs and pick up the Tonga Toast at Captain Cook's Quick Service for just over $10 instead. Yes, I am happy to get $7 back instead of some strawberry sauce. Now, delicious deal number 2, Sebastian's Bistro. At Sebastian's Bistro and Caribbean Beach Resort, you can get a family-style dinner with items inspired by Caribbean and Latin cuisine. The prix-fixe price you'll pay for this one is actually one of the most affordable prix-fixe table services on property, starting at $39 per adult. Heck, that's the kids' meal price for most of those prix-fixe locations. With this price, you'll also receive the house-made coconut pineapple bread pudding for dessert, which just so happens to be the exact same recipe as the one served over at Ohana in Polynesian Village Resort. And since Ohana is going to put you back $65 per adult during dinner, this is a much more affordable way to get that famous sweet and tropical stuff. And if you're looking for the bread pudding at an even cheaper price point, check out Sebastian's Bistro's attached pool bar, Banana Cabana. Often you can just order the bread pudding here in a la carte fashion for just $10. Note, if you're trying to make a Sebastian's Bistro reservation for the end of March, you might be out of luck. Disney's going to be closing up this restaurant temporarily for renovation starting on March 24th, but they do plan to reopen it by the very end of March. But regardless, during this time, Banana Cabana will still be open and raring to go. Delicious deal number 3. Speaking of the Ohana restaurant, you can usually get some of those Ohana menu items that usually come on a prix-fixe menu, like the signature bread pudding, those glorious Ohana noodles, at Ohana's neighboring Tambu Lounge, just as long as you visit the lounge after 4 p.m. The best part about that, aside from the lower price point, you don't have to worry about any advanced dining reservations. You can just walk up to the lounge for first come, first served seating. Delicious deal number 4, Trails End. Fort Wilderness isn't just home to the only dinner show currently on property, Hoop-de-Doo Musical Review, but it's also home to the Trails End Quick Service, which was recently reimagined as a marketplace concept with expanded on-the-go options. These on-the-go options really aren't too terribly priced either, especially those family-size meals that can serve 2 people per order. The barbecue ribs full slab meal comes with cornbread and your choice of 2 sides for $32, while the fried chicken 8-piece meal does the same thing, cornbread and 2 sides for just $29. Delicious deal number 5, mini Mickey waffles. Nope, not like Minnie Mouse as in Mickey's gal. Mini as in tiny, as in the best kind of Mickey waffle. And you can get a Mickey waffle like this for $3 if you visit the Contempo Cafe quick service for breakfast over at the Contemporary Resort. Contempo Cafe has a few different morning Mickey waffle options. There's the standard adult portion for $11 and the kids portion for just under $8. But the only way to get that single serving $3 waffle is by ordering a Mickey waffle off the sides portion of the menu. Now, these are just a few of the many types of cheaper dining perks hiding out around the resorts, but you can find so many more in our new DFB Guide to Walt Disney World Dining, which, yes, now features a whole guidebook dedicated to all the restaurants you can find around the resorts, thanks to our 8-piece digital guide set. Better yet, these guides are on sale right now, and you can add an extra discount to your order by typing in code YouTube before you check out. I know I talk about these books all the time, you guys, but they are so good. Please take a look. Please see if this is the right choice for you to get before your Disney World trip. There is so much information in there. We've been doing this for 15 years, and I don't know, I'm a little OCD about making sure everything is in that book, which is why these are so long, but hopefully it will be super useful for you. And we're back at Disney's partner hotels again. Well, not every Good Neighbor hotel is going to give you that early theme park entry or extended evening hours like we talked about earlier. That doesn't mean Disney's other Good Neighbor hotels aren't worth looking into. Take Hyatt Place Orlando over at Lake Buena Vista, for instance. Not only is this hotel close to the Disney World parks, but it also has a free breakfast buffet and family suites with bunk beds and free parking and a brand new happy hour at its Four Flamingos restaurant. You can catch happy hour at Four Flamingos daily between 5 and 6 p.m., which offers a selection of specialty lounge bites and $10 cocktails. Now, here is a secret hotel perk that's reserved for select Disney Value Resort guests only. If you're thinking about using a grocery app like Kroger Delivery to have groceries delivered to your hotel's Bell Services desk, which I think is becoming more and more common at this point, you might want to consider staying at the All-Star Music Resort just because they make this pickup process 10 times easier. All-Star Music is at the moment the only resort that offers smart lockers for their guests. There are 45 lockers that range in size from small to large, which you're going to find located right outside Melody Hall near luggage services. So how do these lockers work? Well, certain vendors are allowed to drop off groceries at those All-Star Smart Lockers for you if you'd like them to. From there, if you use the online check-in service via the My Disney Experience app, you'll receive an email notification when packages or grocery items have been delivered to the lockers, along with instructions on how to access your stuff. If you order something that needs to be kept cold, there are refrigerated lockers available too, though those are subject to availability, so you may feel more comfortable just meeting the delivery person in the front lobby to pick up those perishables and get them back to your room as quickly as possible. Certain items, like alcoholic beverages, cannot be delivered to the lockers, so you'll have no choice but to pick those items up in person. Just a heads up. And don't forget that there is a $6, sometimes more, fee to use these lockers too, though prices are always subject to change. Didn't use online check-in? No problem. You'll still be able to pick up grocery orders from Bell Services for, again, around a $6 fee. So we haven't talked about this one in a while, but I absolutely love this tip, especially if you're like traveling with kids who literally have to change their clothes 5 times a day. Every Disney resort has self-service laundry facilities that you can use during your stay. So if you want to pack lighter and avoid these wild baggage fees from the airlines, you can do that and still have clean clothes all vacation long. And what makes these laundry facilities even better is that they are not going to cost you a whole lot of precious vacation time because you can sign up for text updates letting you know when your laundry is done. Some resorts do charge a minimal fee, usually around $3 per load, to use the machines. And if you don't wind up bringing your own from home, soap and softener is usually available in the laundry facility vending machines for about $1 a pop. But what if you want to do laundry in the peace and quiet of your own hotel room? If you're staying at a deluxe 1 or 2 or 3 bedroom villa, you'll have a washer and dryer there right in the room. These combos come with a single serve box of detergent, but you can always grab more at your gift shop. And after a long day in the parks or even a relaxing day just chilling around your resort, there's nothing quite like getting comfy cozy around one of the Disney hotel campfires and just settling in for the night. Each of the Disney resorts has complimentary nightly campfires, weather permitting, that you and your family can pull up a seat next to and just unwind. You can also roast marshmallows around these campfires for free, or you can upgrade your marshmallow roasting experience into a s'mores masterpiece for just a few dollars extra. One of our favorite campfire sites to hit up toward the end of the day is Disney's Fort Wilderness Campground Campfire, because that's where you're going to find the Chip 'n Dale Campfire Sing-Along taking place each night, usually starting at around 7 p.m., though times do vary. Check the Disney World website ahead of time. But whatever campfire you choose, be sure to stick around for the movie Under the Stars that happens each evening at every resort, weather permitting too. That's when the Disney hotels will play a Disney film, either out on the lawn or over by the pool, for all the guests to enjoy. And here's the best part about these nighttime events. They are 1000% free for anyone to take part in. Literally anyone. You do not have to be staying at the resort itself. You're still more than welcome to take a boat over to Fort Wilderness and hang out with Chip 'n Dale, or take a bus to Coronado Springs to watch Princess and the Frog on their jumbo screen outside the lobby. The only exception to this is if the resort you're visiting has their movie playing over at the main pool area, because non-resort guests cannot get to the pools. Other than that, these nighttime activities are free for you to experience with the whole family. Okay, it's time. It's finally time to talk about one of my favorite hidden hotel perks of all time, the self-serve Dole Whip perk hiding out at Swan and Dolphin. Remember those days when Polynesian had its own self-serve Dole Whip at Captain Cook's, which just so happened to stay open 24 hours a day? Yes, kids, life was so much better back then. But anyway, now the only self-serve Dole Whip you're going to find is over at Swan and Dolphin. The quick service, Fuel, which is on the Dolphin side of things, has a little chill out area where you're going to find self-serve Froyo, as well as self-serve Pineapple Dole Whip most of the time. You can even choose to swirl it with its neighboring flavor, which is usually the sweet coconut, though it can switch up. And you can also top it off with, well, toppings straight from the toppings bar. I know this is like the only place you'll find a toppings bar anymore, to really hit it home with that customization power. Another important thing about Fuel, you can pick up Dr. Pepper here too, and that's vital information considering Disney World doesn't sell Dr. Pepper in its parks and resorts because they only partner with Coca-Cola. Look, you'll never find me complaining about getting my Diet Coke fix during vacation, but sometimes the only thing that can satiate my inner soda goblin are the 23 flavors that Dr. Pepper can provide. Now, as the wise philosopher 21 Pilots once said, wish we could turn back time to the good old days. Now, 24-hour self-serve Dole Whip wasn't the only thing that was going on in the good old days, kids. You also used to be able to score free magic bands for each member of your family when you stayed at a Disney hotel. But at the start of 2021, that free perk vanished. While the free magic bands seem to be gone for good, Disney's hotel guests can still pre-order from a selection of discounted magic bands before their trip. To order your discounted MB, log into your My Disney Experience account. Make sure your resort info is linked to your profile, and once you tap on the menu button in the bottom right-hand corner, select the My Magic Bands and Cards option, where Disney will walk you the rest of the way through. And don't forget, you can reuse magic bands that you've purchased for past trips during future trips too. And it doesn't cost any extra if you don't want to pay for a whole new band every time you go back to Disney World. I just have my black magic band, and I've been using it for trips for probably 5, 6, 7 years at this point. The lifespan of a standard magic band is usually 2 to 3 years, but I've used magic bands that are even older than that just fine in the past. If you bring an old magic band and it no longer works, you can always use your Magic Mobile or a Key to the World card to keep from paying for a whole new magic band, since these free options will still give you full access to all your reservations, park tickets, hotel room keys, etc. Once you find a few secret Disney hotel perks, it becomes a craving. You need to find as many as possible before your next visit. I get it. So if you're ready to keep on mining for the best hotel perks out there, make sure to check out our 50 amazing things you never knew were in Disney World's hotels video next. And don't forget about that free Disney World hotel guide that you can pick up right now over at disneyfoodblog.com/hotels. Yes, I think it's a good day to deep dive into Disney World hotel information, don't you? I think so. I love talking about Disney World hotels. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.